Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My breaker, thank you so much for all your support. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Today I'll be making a ruffle kimono dress, the type that will have a ruffle on the lower part of the dress and also on the sleeve. But I'll also teach you how to make simple kimono dress. What I have here is 3 years of African print, but if I'm making simple kimono dress, I need less than 2 years or 2 years. This is for the dress, this is for the front, and this is for the back. It's folded into two. To know how many inches you will cut out for the dress is your sleeve length. How to get your sleeve length? You will measure from your center back to where you want your sleeve to be. Because it's kimono dress. It's cut together sleeve from your center back to where you want your sleeve to be on your hand, from your center back to where you want your sleeve to be, or half of your shoulder measurement plus your sleeve length. Her shoulder measurement is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, plus 7 inches sleeve is 14.5, plus half inch seam allowance is 15 inches. So what I have here is 15.5, but what I need is 15 inches. So because I'm making ruffle sleeve, her sleeve length is 10 inches, but I minus the length of ruffle from the sleeve length. I'm going to use 3 inches ruffle to make it up to 10 inches. That's why I'm using 7 inches for her sleeve length. But if you're making simple kimono, 7 inches is okay for, if you don't want ruffle to your own, 7 inches is okay for the sleeve. 5 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches is okay, or even more, depending on what you want, is okay for the sleeve. Her dress length is 40 inches, but I'm going to use 4 inches ruffle to make it up to 40 inches. So what I have here is 40 minus 4 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, 37 inches. So I have 37 inches here. I'm going to mark it. This is the line that I'm using. This is starting line. Nine inches, half of her round armhole. 17 inches, half length. And 24 inches hip line. And the length of the dress, I have 36 inches here, but I will use 36 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, 37, but I will use 4 inches ruffle to make it up. Her neck, I'm going to use neck width of 3 by 3.5 because it's high neck. She wants high neck. Front neckline 3.5, back neckline 1 inch. I'll connect it. Back neckline, front neckline. On this side, I'll mark 2 inches for shoulder slant, 2 inches from the starting line. I'll connect it to the neckline. Her bust measurement is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10 inches, plus 1 inch for ease is 11 inches. One inch seam allowance. Her waist measurement is 34. 34 divided by 4 is 8.5, plus 1 inch for ease, 9.5, plus 1 inch seam allowance, 10.5. Her hip measurement is 42. 42 divided by 4 is 10.25, plus 1 inch for ease and 1 inch seam allowance is 12.25. I'll mark 12.25. On the lower part, I will use 12.25 because it's free dress. And half, I'll connect it. If you like, you can use only the hip measurement. On this line, I'll mark the sleeve length. Half of her shoulder measurement is 7.5, plus 7 inches sleeve is 14.5, and half inch seam allowance to join the ruffle is 15 inches. So I'll mark 15 inches on this line. Chest line to this line. So now on this side, I'll come down by 1.5, 1.5, 2 inches, 1.5. On this edge here, I'll mark 1 inch. So from this part, I'll curve it to this line, this way. This neckline is small, it's high neck. To wear it, you will need zip or button at the back. So if you need zip for it, you will have seam allowance for zip allowance, like 1 inch zip allowance, so that you will add zip. But I'm going to open the back like 4 inches, so that, or 4 inches, 5 inches. I'm going to open the back. So now I'm going to cut the back neckline. Later I will trim the front one. Neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 1 inch for the back one. The front one, neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 3.5. So I'm going to open the back neckline. I'll use 5 inches. You can use 4. 5 inches. If you don't want to add zip to your own, or open the back one, you can use wider neck so that your head can pass through it, maybe 4x4, 4x5, 3.5x5. So this is kimono dress. If you like, you can use bias to tidy up the neckline, or you cut facing for it. So I'm going to cut out facing for it. You fold fabric into 2 and put it under. So you use the neckline to trim it. So on this side, you mark like 3 inches or 3.5 up this way. I'll mark 3 inches. So I'll curve it. Maybe here I'll mark like 3 inches. This is for the front neckline. And this is for the back neckline, but I'll open it. The back neckline, I have opened here 5 inches, so the facing will be more than 5 inches. This is simple kimono dress. If you don't want yours with ruffle, you can make yours this way. So, but the only thing is that you will use your full length because you're not going to add ruffle to it. Then the sleeve is okay, 7 inches is okay for the sleeve, or you can make it up to 8 inches or more depending on what you want. But this is kimono dress, so the only thing you need to do is just to sew it together. Tidy up the neckline, join the shoulder, tidy up the armhole, the two sides, and hem the lower part. This is simple kimono, but you will use the full length of your dress if you're not adding ruffle to it. I want to sew facing to the neckline. This is for the back. I ironed the interfacing on it. I also overlock the edge. So I'll sew this button loop on the neckline here. This is button loop. I'll pin it here. It's 3 inches by 1.5. 1.5. I folded 1/4 inch on both sides. I also fold it again and sew on it. So I'll fold it this way and pin it on the neckline here, 0.25 away from the neckline here. Right side of the fabric, right side of the facing, right side together. I'll pin it. So I'll use 1/4 inch to sew it. This is for the front. I'll sew first into it, right side together. I'll use 1/4 inch. After that, I'll top stitch and flip it over to the wrong side. I've sewn first into the neckline. I top stitch and flip it over. I also press it. I want to join the front and the back one together. Right side together. I'll hold it this way. The facing, shoulder, I will use 1/4 inch to join them together. Or you put the neckline together here. This is the facing, you put it on this side and flip this over to this side also, the other facing, and hold it together and use 1/4 inch to join it together. I'll do the same on this side. I've sewn them together with 1/4 inch. I did the same on this side. So what I'll do next is to sew the ruffle to the sleeve. This is the right side of the sleeve. This is the ruffle for the sleeve, times 2 of this measurement, times 2 of this is what I have here, then 4.5. 1.5 inches is for seam allowance to hem it and also to join it on this side. So I will gather it to this measurement, or if you like a complete, but I will gather it. So right side together, to join them together. I'll do the same on the other sleeve. This is the lower part of the dress. I also have ruffle for it, 4 inches ruffle after sewing. Is 6 inches. I folded 1.5 and ½ inch to join it to the dress. If you like, you can pleat it or you will gather it. Times 2 of this measurement, times 2 of this measurement. So right side, I'll use ½ inch seam allowance to join it, the lower part. I'll do the same on the other side. So I've sewn ruffle to the sleeve and also to the lower side. What I'll do next is to shape the two sides. So from here, I will use 1/4 inch and connect it to 1 inch seam allowance here. 1/4 inch and connect it to 1 inch. And sew 1 inch to the end. I'll do the same on this side. I've shaped the dress. I'll overlock it. After that, I'll fix button on this side, 1 button. Then I'll give it a good press. I used less than 3 years. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.